Firstly, could you tell everybody what's your name and where you've travelled from to be here at WCA?
My name is Silvana Leggero. I've come from the New York City metro area, and I lost count of how many hours it actually took me to get to Thailand. I think it was 68 because of a canceled flight, and man, was it worth it. I am so grateful that I made it here. This is an experience that I couldn't come close to imagining.
Silvana, just want to rewind back before WCA. What would you say was some of the biggest struggles or challenges you were facing prior to WCA?
Prior to coming here, I knew I was seriously stuck. I felt my life was slipping away. I knew it had been slipping away for many years. I left my 9-to-5 in 2007 because I had had enough of that, being bossed around and getting nowhere. And I thought, I know, from all the stress there, I started finding alternate healing practices that helped me, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna open a practice. Tried that for a couple of years and learned it's not easy to run your own business. So I started to get depressed. And then my father died suddenly, and I became my mother's caregiver for 11 and a half years. Not really understanding the care that she needed. But that's fine. It's just, no work except that. And then when she passed away, I thought, well, what's my purpose? I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And still I couldn't get out of this deep hole I was in. I knew, I did a meditation, and I understood I'm to heal karma for myself and my lineage, and along came a course to learn about the Akashic Records, and this was perfect. I took the course and I thought, great. And then the teacher said, well, there's another level to read for others. And I'm like, I don't know. And she said to me, my record keepers are saying you have to read. And I said, well, I have a long-standing commitment. At the time of your class, I'll move the class. When someone of that skill and level wants to move a class for little old me. So now the remorse was getting deeper, because I'm like, all these people have faith in me, and what am I doing? I'm not moving forward. And I saw Tim on LMA, and I thought, oh my God. And during the course of the LMA, he's like, who wants to interview? And I'm like, oh yeah. And I spoke with Alice, and I don't even remember what I said. And she's like, you're in. I'm like, what? Seriously? I'm going to Thailand? There was never a doubt in my mind.
And then, Silvana, from coming here, what would you say has been your biggest breakthrough in these last 5 days that you've encountered here at WCA?
Oh God, there's been so many breakthroughs here for me. My biggest breakthrough, I think, for me, it was a personal breakthrough that I haven't shared with anybody. I'm definitely one of these people that's in my head, overthinking all the time, analyzing every which direction. And there was something Tim had said about procrastination and how to overcome it. And he looked right at me. And I was like, how does he know? Oh my God, how does he know? And I forgot to write it down. So I was kind of stunned, and I'm like, what did he say? I came all the way over here. Here's the answer to my problem, and I don't remember. What do I do? So I went that night. I think I asked one person, and I don't remember. They didn't really understand. They were like, when was that? So I went to sleep, and the following morning I realized it was the feeling that Tim keeps talking about, not the information. And I'm always looking for the next book or the next course, and It's not the information, it was the feeling. And for me, the feeling was that exercise of how to be a jackhammer and a seagull at the same time. And I'm like, you can't. That's what I'm doing. I'm digging myself into the same old subconscious patterns that are holding me down and trying to fly, and it's totally impossible. So that really hit me, that I've got to stop doing that. Whenever I start to feel like I can't, or, you know, I don't know, I notice time wasting, I'm going to stop and try to be an eagle and a seagull and a jackhammer at the same time.
Beautiful. How would you summarize the people that you've met here? How have they impacted your journey? The new WCA family that you've met, that you've conquered with and gone through this journey with, how have they impacted your experience?
This experience at WCA is extraordinary, not just for what it can do for me, but the people that come here all have these tremendous aspirations and achievements already. So it's like being with so many high-level people that we're all like pulling each other up in some way. It's amazing. I just really want to stay in touch with so many, and we've made some arrangements to definitely stay in touch and pull each other up. You know, some of us have similar goals, like cleaning our houses, and we're going to hold each other accountable, like, you know, what did you do this week? Which I really need, and so does she. So it's awesome to have people with the same goals and desire to really make the change. And I've also shared accommodation with 5 other amazing women, and I have to say it's something I've never done before. Can I name names?
Yeah.
Karen, when this opportunity arose, she took the bull by the horns and said, I'm going to book this place next door within walking distance. Who wants to come in? And I'm like, wow, this lady already like figured it out. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, I'm in, and it looks gorgeous. I'm just going. I have never stayed in a posh place like this in my life. I'm like, oh, the people that live there, to, you know, they want to do everything for you. I've got this room to die for, and it's, you know, I mean, the shower is a room, for God's sake, and it opens up to an outdoor shower. It's crazy. And I said, you know what? And the view, it's to die for. The sunsets, it's gorgeous, and the peace, there's nothing like it. And I said, you know, I have to treat myself like this more often rather than, I don't know, let's see, that's too expensive. Because that struck me. I know I'm drifting here, but it really struck me what Tim said. If you have a mindset of lack, that's what you mirror in life. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, I definitely inherited that from my parents, who grew up in war-torn World War II Europe. And I remember my mom saying I had to save the thread that I used to baste the clothes, you know, because you can't waste thread. And somehow I adopted that thinking. I don't know how my brother escaped it. He's got a totally different mindset, and the kind of mindset that's like WCA. So I'm looking forward to having a little of him rub off on me as well. Yeah, let's go.
And last but not least here today, Silvana, someone who's listening to this interview right now, who is thinking of coming to WCA, that wants to change their life, that wants to transform, but maybe doubting themselves, holding themselves back, sitting on the fence. In a few words, what would you say to someone who really was listening to you right now, who's gone through this experience? You're on graduation day. What would you say to someone who's really listening, who wants to change, but they're overthinking?
Oh man, definitely. If you want to change your life and really see a way out of your perpetual ways of, I am a master overthinker and a master procrastinator, But you know what? I finally feel no more, because Tim, he gives concrete examples and guidelines and protocols that it's like, if you just follow that, you're a winner. It's no more of that nonsense that makes me feel like, God, I wasted another day. I wasted another week. I wasted another month. No more. Just do it. You will never regret it. Never, ever. Trust me. And this place is heaven. And all the people, and Tim, you know, as humble as he tries to sound, the man is epic. And all his staff are epic. You got to come experience this. There's nothing like it.